The Selfish Giant, Oscar Wilde. This is the story of two children who, after school, liked to play in a garden with flowers and a beautiful tree, which had birds on its branches that sang a sweet melody and bore very sweet and juicy fruit. The two children said to each other, "How happy we are!" But the garden belonged to a giant who had gone to visit a cousin. When the giant came back, he saw the children playing and said to them, "What are you doing there?" And the children ran away. The giant would not allow anyone to be in the garden but himself. He was a selfish giant. So the giant surrounded his garden with a wall so that no one could be there. The children were sad to see that they had nowhere to play, so they tried the street, but it was very dusty and they didn't like it. One day, spring came and everything was beautiful, but only in the giant's garden was it winter. The vegetation in the garden didn't want to bloom because the children were missing. The only ones who were happy were the snow, the cold, and the wind. And the hail also joined in. The giant didn't understand why spring and the summer didn't arrive. Autumn brought fruit to all the trees in the other gardens, but in the giant's garden there was still winter and snow. The giant was very selfish not to share his garden. One morning the giant heard a bird singing and immediately thought that spring would finally come to his garden, but it was only a small bird. In the wall that the giant had built, there was a hole through which the children could enter the garden, and the trees were once again full of fruit and the flowers bloomed again. Happy with the children, the giant, moved by the scene, realized how selfish he had been. His mistake motivated him to improve his garden to make more space for more children to come and play in it. He got more types of trees, more flowers, and a playground equipment for the children. His idea had worked, and soon many more children were playing in the garden, and so it went for several more years. But one day, the giant, because of his old age, died next to one of the trees in his garden, and the children, as a tribute, appreciate this tree very much. The end.